Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Pause the video right now to check out my social media, my radio show, and thatdrummerguy.com. And most of all, enjoy the following presentation.
Hello?
Hi, how's it going?
Hello, not so bad. How are you?
Oh, well, awesome. Well, thank you guys very much for taking the time to do this interview.
No problem, yeah, no problem.
Oh, well, awesome. Well, of course, we are here to talk about the brand new album from Bigfoot, the self-titled album from Bigfoot, which is coming out tomorrow through Frontiers Music.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, looking forward to it, and looking forward for our album launch in Manchester on the Saturday as well.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, before we get into all of that, just for people who are checking you out for the first time, how did this whole band come together?
Well, we started in the spring of 2014. It was started by Sam Miller and Mick McCullough, who are the two guitarists in the band. They were looking for, singer, bass player, and drummer. They came by a mutual acquaintance for a drummer, and then Anthony came into the picture, and then I reckon, what's the word? It's recommended, that's the one, yeah. Vocabulary is a bit limited. And it kind of came together very slowly but surely, and we started from there, basically.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I mean, it's great when things are able to come together like that. I mean, with everything that's gone on over the last few years, I mean, the fact that you guys were able to get together in 2014 to everything that's going on now, I mean, it's amazing to see how far along you guys have come.
Yeah, 3 years in the long scale of it doesn't seem like a really long time, but in them 3 years we've done so much and packed a real punch with doing 2 EPs and then, of course, this album that's coming out. Yeah, we've come a long way with the actual time scale. When we first started, we'd obviously, I'm trying to find the words now. I can't even speak English and I'm English. We already had quite a few promoters and venues who we already knew through previous bands and stuff, and we sort of put the best of those venues and promoters together from our own portfolio, and when we put it all together, we pulled these favours in for gigs and stuff, and then better things came along as we progressed.
Yeah, and it's really great to see that. I mean, with the fact that you guys were able to put out 2 EPs in that time, I mean, how was it to be able to put out a full-fledged album this time around?
Well, it was a slightly different process. I mean, the first 2 EPs, the first one, a handful of tracks, and the second one just a handful of tracks, and this one, full length, 11 songs altogether. So it was just more time in the studio, and that was it. Just basically that for me personally. I mean, when it came to studio time, songwriting and then putting the time into the songs, I mean, most of them, we had a few songs that were written probably about a year or 2 before this album came out, so, some of the work was already done, basically.
And with that, I mean, along with having a few songs already written for the album, how does the normal songwriting process usually go for the band?
It can vary. We don't really have any set process between us all. But I mean, it can vary from a real life event, from something that you can create in your own imagination. As far as I'm concerned, it's whatever makes the energy sort of come out. If you feel like if that's the right way to write a song, then I don't think there is a right way or wrong way to write a song. I think it's just what comes out to you naturally. Between us 5, when we write songs, we sort of we've got several different ways of doing it, and it is literally just picking what's right for that song. All 5 of us can bring something to the table. It can start with a riff, it can start with a set of lyrics, it could start with one of the members we might have already written quite a lot of the song already, and we brought it to the rest of the guys. And like I said, it just literally depends on what works best. Yeah, sometimes, a majority of the song will be done when we're all together in the practice room, and, some of it can be spontaneous, and it could be, like, the basis of the song.
Yeah, and I really like the idea that there is no, like, a formulaic way of the songwriting with the band. I mean, the fact that the riffs can come from anywhere, I mean, whether it's all of you guys together in one room, or someone has an idea at home, or whatever the case is, I mean, just being able to write like that, and having that freedom to be able to write like that, it's really cool to see.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, of course, with going from 2 EPs to recording a full-fledged album, how did you guys want to approach things differently when it came into the recording process?
Well, when it came to the first 2 EPs, we basically did them because as we were getting the bearings with each other as a band, like starting out, the EPs were basically like a first impression of what we're about, and then trying to find ourselves in a musical way, like what we actually wanted to do. Because when we first started, obviously we wanted to do rock, but what kind of rock, and what the overall sound was going to be, and both EPs came out really good with that. And then when it came to the album, we had an idea of the songwriting process, and what kind of songs we wanted to do, what kind of style we wanted to do, how we wanted it to sound as well, just that kind of stuff, really.
Yeah, and I think that's a really great way to be able to do that as well, and I really think it paid off. I mean, with the album, I haven't gotten the chance to be able to check out the first 2 EPs, but I have been able to listen to this album for just great melodic moments. I mean, there's a great scale of great rock that's being represented here, and it's a great thing to see in 2017.
Yeah, it's very diverse.
Yeah, that's what we was kind of aiming for, to be honest. I mean, we sort of we wanted to create a product that could please a lot of people, who were through metal fans to people who like ballads, to people who like middle of the road, and we set over that sort of that frame of mind. We wrote quite a few songs for the album, a good 15 to 20 songs, and all these songs we were sort of deciding what was going to be on it, and like I said, we just. We wanted to make the best product we could for our first album, and, well, you've listened to it, obviously, so...
Oh yeah, and I think that's such a great way to go about things too, because when I listen to a band and it starts to get the same after a while, like with a new band that I'm discovering and all the songs start to sound the same, they're not going to sound as memorable to me. But when it comes to a band like Bigfoot, I mean, there's so many great standout points from it, and I don't think there's any wrong standout points with that as well, because there is such great diversity to it, and it doesn't sound like you guys were just doing that for the sake of doing things different. I mean, it feels very natural that you guys want to do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, when they were written, and when they were practiced, and then obviously doing it between us, it was to us how it worked, and if it worked really well. Because over the years we kind of realised that people in the rock scene, they're generally into a lot of music anyway, not necessarily just rock.
Yeah.
So, when you have certain styles and you blend it in together, the audience, can really get into it, and it can be very well received. So we kind of had that observation over the years when it came to how the crowd react to your music.
And it also makes for a good ebb and flow as well when it comes into the live show, because you can have those heavier moments, you can have those more ballady, melodic moments, and, it just makes for a more memorable show that way.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, that's it, yeah. Like I said, it's just, it's like a roller coaster,
Yeah, that's a great representation and a great way to be able to describe it. I mean, a lot of great peaks and valleys, the ebb and flow that's going along with it. I mean, it does have that roller coaster effect to it, and I really appreciate that.
Cool. Cool stuff.
So, what has been the reception that you've heard about the album so far?
Well, a lot of it would depend on social media. I mean, when a single comes out, mostly positive response, which is obviously really good. It means that we're, on the right track, and we're doing something good. We're doing something good, yeah. We're doing something good. And obviously, YouTube as well, because, the comment section, always have a little read on that just to see what the response is of that, and it's mostly positive feedback as well. So yeah, it's
been good.
It's been good.
To answer your question, with 95% of it has all been pretty good. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and in social media, that's all you can really ask for. I mean, when it's the majority of positive response, I mean, there's always going to be negative that comes out there, but when the majority is positive, I mean, it's great to see that all the work that you guys have been putting into it is paying off for fans.
Well, yeah, this is it. I mean, we're all happy enough to, people, we get to, quite a few good responses, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just, we try our best. So, it's, we try to ignore the people who give the negative responses, because we don't actually see the point anyway in someone saying that, but there's no point even looking at it, because like I said, all the responses so far that we've had have been 90% of them have been really good.
Yeah, so as long as it's mostly received really well, obviously that's what matters, and it shows us that we're doing something right.
So with this whole album cycle that's been going on, I mean, from the songwriting to press to the upcoming shows that are going to be in promotion for the album, how has this all affected for what is going to happen with the next release?
Well, that's actually something that we're slowly getting into the plans of. I mean, at the moment, we have got a tour coming up just after the album's released, and then just thinking about, what to do in 2018. We're hoping to do more up and down of the UK and hopefully Europe and stuff like that. So wanting to give the album some justice really and tour it and, bring it to the masses.
Yeah, get it out there, as much as we can. I mean, that's what we do. We just love playing.
And then obviously after that, start writing very soon on the second album. So yeah, that's basically the plan. So at the moment, just touring the hell out of this album. That's our plan so far.
Oh, awesome. And yeah, I mean, kind of alluded to back in the beginning of this interview, but make sure we get some good, proper promotion behind it, is the fact that you guys are doing an album release show that's going to be coming up in promotion of the album. I mean, that's going to be a great feeling to be able to have a show that's just dedicated to being able to promote the debut album.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is going to be people who have supported us since the beginning. So we'll see some familiar faces there, and some we won't know. I mean, it's a sold-out show in Manchester.
It's a new venue. What we've upgraded up to our local venue now. We've got to a point where we could do, and it's just great to have that show sold out. And we've got a great following. And we're all good friends with them as well. To be fair, so it's good, man. It's good.
So with that, how much of the new album is going to be represented live at that show?
Whole album.
Oh, the whole album. Oh, that's great to hear.
Everything's being played.
And that makes me so happy to hear that too, because I hear it all too often about all these great songs that either are never going to be played live or can't be played live, and they can be sometimes fan favorites from the albums, but they'll never be represented live. So the fact that you guys have taken it upon yourselves to make sure that all these songs can be played live, I mean, that's very much appreciated.
Well, there was one that was up in question, but I think the majority of the band we all felt like as if it'd be a shame to just for one song, but not play it as well. We're trying to get something together where we could work it out, and we felt like as if this will actually this will be okay. So yeah, the whole thing's being played now.
Yeah, and with it being a 90-minute set as well, we've obviously got the luxury of saying, well, we'll do the whole album plus some of the best tracks from our previous EPs as well, to give it a good filling space. Because obviously with the 2 EPs and people who have followed us since the beginning, it'll be good to play something familiar to them as well as doing the whole album.
And with that, I mean, I imagine there's a lot of rehearsing that has to go into doing a 90-minute show like this. I mean, how has it felt to be able to rehearse all this brand new material along with the music off the first 2 EPs?
Good, tiring.
It can be tiring, yeah, because obviously when it's released, it's going to be brand new songs to everyone, and obviously to us, we've been listening and playing to these songs relentlessly for over a year, maybe more than that. So when you're playing it nearly every day or every week or so on, all the time, it becomes muscle memory.
When you're asleep and when you this is how we do things, you see.
Eat, sleep, and practice this album. So
And so with that, I mean, what are some of the more standout songs that are fun for you guys to be able to perform off the new album? I mean, obviously with rehearsing it, I mean, what has become fun for you guys?
I mean, I suppose it's up to personal opinion, that. And, I like playing Uninvited and Tell Me a Lie, because of their editing. You know, they've got energy, and it's sort of something what I thrive off quite a lot. So, that would be me.
yeah, I mean, it is very selective. I like playing the singles that have come out so far. I mean, to me, they are very standout tracks, plus all the other strong tracks that are on the album as well. I personally like I Dare You because it's very versatile. It's, got different styles in there, whether you want to do like a 80s power rock to reggae to punk all in one song. So that to me is quite fun to do.
And speaking of that, I mean, you do mention more of the singles. How hard was it to be able to choose what songs are going to represent the album before it comes out?
Well, there was a bit of a debate for it for a while, but some of them were a bit of a given, to be honest. Like the first single that came out, The Fear, we all felt really strongly about it and thought, that would be our first single.
It's every sort of mark as a single.
Yeah, it represents probably the overall sound of what we're about as well, and to have a video brought out for it as well, we thought, that is like a really strong track. And obviously Tell Me a Lie, Forever Alone being a great ballad, and Karma as well. I mean, they are like really diverse tracks. I mean, you've got a power ballad in there, you've got a bit of a metal track in there, and then you've got an upbeat rock track, and then you've got The Fear. So, very, very diverse.
Yeah, and I can't appreciate that more. I mean, being able to show off all those different sides with the singles being released. I mean, all the songs that are released so far, I mean, are great representations of what you guys are able to accomplish so far.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we've accomplished quite a bit over these 3 and a bit years. So,
well, that's it. It's like we're going back to when you were talking about the songwriting. We just, like I said, we'd always on every record, we'd always set out and try and make it the best we possibly could, and make it as interesting to listen to as we could.
And so, with that, I mean, it's great to see all the positive reception that's been going on with the band. I mean, the fact that you guys have a sold-out show for the brand new album that's going to be coming out tomorrow through Frontiers, and I see some amazing touring that's going to be coming up as well. What are the current plans for 2018?
Well, they're in the works at the moment. We have got some stuff scheduled, but through confirmations and stuff like that, I mean, as soon as they're put out, on social media and other websites, everybody else will know. But for now, we've got
plenty in the pipeline.
We've got to keep it done. So 2018 is still in the works. Obviously, we've got a tour coming up straight after this album for October and November. So our concentration at the moment is obviously releasing this album and then touring that, and then working with management and so on and so forth to get other gigs lined up, especially for festival season as well. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, and again, it really makes me happy to see like everything that's going on here. I mean, with this being such a solid release that's coming out, I mean, with a debut album like this, I mean, from start to finish, it's something that I honestly love being able to go back and listening from start to finish. I mean, it just feels like such a complete album, and the fact that you guys are going out and playing the album live for all the fans that have been around, and for the new fans that have just been discovering you guys, and all this great touring that's going to be coming up too. I mean, it's awesome to see that things are continuing to pick up the way that they should, and I can only imagine that things will get bigger and better from here on out.
Well, this is the plan.
Yeah, what we're trying to do. Yeah, we're trying to achieve that. Yeah.
Oh, well, awesome. Well, guys, thank you so very much for taking this time to talk to me about everything that's going on in the world of Bigfoot right now. And of course, promoting it again, the brand new self-titled album, which comes out tomorrow through Frontiers. Having the chance to been able to listen to it over the last couple weeks, I really love what you guys have done. I think it's a thing that's really missing in a lot of rock music these days, is being able to be so diverse yet so catchy and hitting all these great elements. And I think you guys just knocked it out of the park when it comes to that. And I really appreciate you guys like taking the time to be able to talk to me and being able to promote you guys, because it's something that really needs to happen, and I'm really happy to see everything that's going on for you guys.
Oh, thank you very much. Really appreciate appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, not a problem. Before we wrap things up here, is there anything else you would like to mention that I hadn't brought up yet?
Trying to think. Well, check us out on our Facebook page, basically, for anyone who wants to come and watch us in the UK. Because
by all means, find us on YouTube and places like that. You know, leave a comment on the YouTube videos.
Whether they're positive or negative, we don't mind either way.
But if you can't make it positive, please.